Hey Libra, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so we're going to take what works, leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't catch your wavelength or storyline here, check your other major placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And even if I do get your storyline right here, check the other placements. And hit the subscribe button, if you please. And also, the like button, the thumbs up. I apparently cannot do two things at once here. So, all right, Libra. We started off with the Oracle deck of Moonology and Work Your Light Oracle cards. And then we're going to move on to the Muse Tarot, which is new to me on this channel. And actually I just started working with it, even though I've had it for a long time. It hasn't spoken to me until this past week. So we're going to be doing that as a more traditional tarot spread in a minute here. So we have Keepers of the Earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. This is beautiful. You have, ancient ancestors stand beside you. I feel like this can also be like actual real flesh and blood people right here, right now, but also you are supported. You are supported at this time in particular. I mean, always you are, but right now you are supported. And I do want to say that, you know, maybe you had some shitty ancestors and they were assholes. But my suspicion is that after they die and return to source, there's a purification of their love for you. I mean, because when you return to the source, that's what I think. When you return to the source is that all of those misunderstandings about what love is and the conditions you put on it and the attempts you made to, you know, as you were alive, to control other people and out of all the insecurities and all the misunderstandings about love and what you were doing here, all of that cannot exist with source. So if they were assholes in the past, I think that you are safe in feeling that they are not assholes right now. That's how I feel about it. I'm not going to probably like go fight about it with anybody, but I just have I don't know. That's how I like to think about these things, very loosely and very like, hey, that sounds possible. That feels right. So then we have the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Okay, so something you've been preparing for is coming through. You've maybe had some help. You've maybe, this could be a generational thing where generations in the past have wanted what you are about to embark on. This is also like you're prepared for this. You're ready for this. You've thought a lot about this. You've gotten the help that you needed. You're prepared and you're ready. Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So you're going to be bringing some uplifting energy, some positive energy into a conversation. So you'll be bringing positive energy to a conversation and bringing joy to other people, bringing happiness to other people this week. And whatever you need, however your cup needs to be filled to do that, look to your ancestors. You do have help here. You're well supported. You may be having a conversation this week where you're going to be bringing a lot of good energy to somebody else. You're prepared for this, and you're well supported. So you have everything you need here, and you're ready. Okay. Because that channeling is always a conversation to me. You're going to be making someone else feel really good. All right, so now we're going to move to the Muse Tarot for a more traditional tarot spread for our Libras here. I'm having a hard time with this deck. It is new to me. I've had it for a while and I've not been... I hadn't connected with it until this week, but there are still some issues. Like it's hard for some reason. The cards don't want to stay all in one direction. Anyway, it's a little complicated, and all the titles are different, so that can be a little confusing. The intellectual confusion opens doors for more intuitive readings, but yeah, we'll see what we get this week. All right, Libra, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. I just reoriented all of these cards. And now we're still getting reversals. So I don't know. I don't know if me and this deck are gonna be able to continue on like this. In your recent past, you have 4 of emotions. This is typically for me, this is going to be 4 of cups. So this is like a routine, a pattern has gone on too often, too much. An offer's made, offers refused. So an offer's been made, you've accepted the status quo, you've accepted this, and now it's just like, no, I can't accept this anymore. We're done. I'm done with this pattern. I'm done with this issue. I don't want this anymore. I don't want this to keep going on in this way, in this pattern. There's also a sense in this particular card of being enough as you are, as is, understanding that, starting to realize that you don't need what's being offered. You don't need it anymore. You are enough. You are capable in and of yourselves, and in and of yourself. You don't need something that somebody's offering anymore. This is probably a very specific person, because we are all part of community, and all our survival depends on interdependence. So this isn't just like, I don't need anybody. This is just like this specific thing. You've done it one too many times. You've been down this road one too many times, and you just don't need it anymore. And you're going to be okay. You're going to be fine. But you don't need to continue on this path anymore. You've almost overindulged, overdone the routine and the pattern, and at this point you're sick of it. So we're breaking. To me, it's a card of breaking patterns, but you're able to break the pattern at this point because you feel you're not gonna. You don't feel a lack. You don't feel that something's missing, and that maybe this person is providing something that's going to fill the hole in your heart or whatever is missing. You're feeling much more whole and much more complete, so that you can break out of the pattern, and you don't have to continuously accept this this situation. So in your current situation, we have the Justice card, which is interesting because Virgo just got this reversed in their to-do list. So you have the Justice card. So the Justice card is talking about integrity, how we get someplace, how we do something. We're going to the place. It's just, how do you want to get there, and who do you want to be when you arrive? So, and there could be a sense of bringing some balance into a situation, maybe some karmic calculations going on here, some sort of balance, some sort of fairness. This is on your mind right now. This is what's going. You could be dealing actually with the literal justice system. Even though it's an imperfect model of justice at best, but it is still the justice system that we call it. So you could be dealing with some sort of institution of justice, but this can also have to deal with integrity and equity and just equality and fairness and reciprocation and getting out what you getting back what you put out there. So what have you put out there, and getting it back, and some sort of return of something, some sort of energy, something that you've put out there, and allowing it to return to you karmically. But it's not a judgment where we're like dealing with things from the past coming up, but there is a sense of righting wrongs and righting the scales, and integrity is a crucial component of where we're at right now. In your inner landscape, your hopes, fears, what's going on in your psyche, 10 of voices. This is going to be 10 of swords. The end, you're hoping that this is the end of pain, the end of a very painful cycle. Here she is, pierced through and through with these words, with these voices, with these ideas, with these thoughts. I think you're very hopeful. You might be worried that as this justice comes in, and how things get righted, wrongs get righted, you could be worrying that it could be extremely excruciatingly painful for you, very difficult. You could also be hopeful that it's the end, because the 10 of voices is the end. It's the maximum amount of pain. It's the mountain top of pain. It's the peak pain level. Like when they say, so you have pain, can you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 is you barely notice it. 10 is you need to go to the ER. So you're at 10. The scale doesn't go higher than 10, so that's good, right? That's great. The scale doesn't go higher than 10, so 10 is good. So, but it's on your mind. You're hopeful that this is the end of pain, but you're also, I think, worried and terrified of this amount of pain coming in and piercing you so deeply in this situation where this justice is coming in, this balancing vibe here is coming in. This balancing energy is what you're dealing with right now. What's at issue is this Three of Inspiration. So this is going to be our Three of Wands. Oh, it's got such a similar vibe to this. You've been training for this for lifetimes. To me, that vibe is similar as far as like something's happening, something's beginning. Oh, but it's in reverse. Damn it. Damn it. A lack of faith. Like, it's like here, the dominoes are starting to fall. And you know what? You know what happens next. You know that that domino falls eventually too, right? And it all comes back around. You know. So there's a sense, there's supposed to be a sense of faith here that just as the domino falls at the beginning, you can trust that the domino is going to be falling at the end. That's the nature of the game. That's the setup. But this Three of Inspiration has you doubting that, has you in reverse, has you doubting this. You're not in your faith. These are ships that you've seen coming in. You're supposed to be knowing that this is part of your path. You're supposed to be having a huge amount of faith in this. You're supposed to be, yeah, but there's not. That's like this pause here, or this, there's supposed to be like a window of opportunity opening, but it's either not opening or you're, not believing it. You're not having faith that this window of opportunity is opening. Three of Inspiration is all about faith. It's all about understanding where something is going, where something is leading. Maybe that's what you can't see. You can't, for some reason, you can't see where this is going. There's limitations on what you can see here, and you can't see where this is going right now. In your environment, you have the Emperor. You have a vibe here of powerlessness, helplessness. Maybe it's because you can't see. Maybe you're helpless to this pain, but there's a sense of not being in control and not being very powerful here. The Emperor is, he's got the ball in his court. He's the orchestrator. He's the, or she in this case. But the Emperor is the conductor, right, of the orchestra, but it's in reverse. We got it in reverse. It's not a mistake that it's in reverse. It's just a sense of powerlessness. There's things that are out of your hands completely in your environment. Other people may have more say. Other people may have more control in the situation, but there are things that are absolutely outside of your hands here. You're not in charge of anything. And there's something in your environment where you're just not in control of it. You don't have the say and you don't have the charge. You're not in charge of it. Or there could be a situation in your environment in which nobody's the leader. Nobody's taking charge here. Nobody's conducting this orchestra right now. There's just a vacuum of leadership here. Maybe even a vacuum of power, I want to say. Nobody feels like they have the divine right to rule here. In your current situation, you have Six of Inspiration reversed. This is keeping something private, I feel like. Six of Inspiration reverse is your to-do list is to not keep something private. Because in the upright, it would be a parade celebrating your successes. So you may have successes, but you have to keep them to yourself. Or, because this is your to-do list, so we're not going to say your to-do list is to be not successful. Maybe you're not trying for success. Maybe you're not trying for praise. Maybe this is a private matter or an inner matter, and you're being called to be not public about it. The Six is going to be heart chakra stuff, wounded, war. You've been through some sort of battle and you're returning now. There's a private element here. I think it is to keep something private, to keep something to yourself, which is interesting because you also have this conversation that's going on in this channeling, but there is something about keeping something private and maybe even keeping something that's typically public private, keeping something that not accepting, because you would normally be accepting the accolades of your community. So maybe not accepting the accolades, but that seems weird. I think it really is about keeping something private. Not shining the light on yourself. Keeping the attention off of you, maybe. And holding something back. Which is an unusual message. These cards are having lots of unusual messages for me, and I feel a little like lost at times while I read them. And then in your future possibility is a 7 of inspiration. This is fighting for what you believe in. This is really interesting because there's a lot of similar cards to what Virgo just had, despite having shuffled the deck multiple times, and in fact having torn it apart to figure out how to get the cards all facing one direction, so that I'm not both dealing with like reversals plus switched up names and all that stuff. But anyway, so holding something at bay, holding something back, holding the naysayers back. Oh, because if you don't keep it private, you're going to have to deal with some naysayers. So I think this is coming in as a warning, the 7 of inspiration, coming after the 6 of inspiration. If the 6 were upright, then yeah, we could say like, okay, public praise, public accountability, people, you being victorious in some sort of battle, and people around you being happy for you and celebrating you and allowing for community support. Which is interesting because this is saying, I think, that you do have support, but you can't, it's not, it can't be public support. So yeah, keep something private this week. If you don't, you're going to end up like having to defend something, having to defend what you believe in, having to push back against people in order to keep your vision clear. Can we get a little clarification on the 6 of inspiration? Reversed here. Oh, that's a lot of clarification. What are we keeping private? Oh shit, man. Well, this, I don't know how much clarification this is adding, but we've got Tower here. We've got something big coming in here that you're going to want to keep private. A topsy-turvy situation, a situation in which illusions are being lost, in which it's going to contain a lot of energy and a lot of power. Maybe something about this conversation. We have the Magician. Something is being manifested here. I think this is keeping your dreams a little private. I know that some people say, you have to tell people what you want and accountability and all of that, but I'm really getting an opposite vibe from this. And honestly, there are a lot of things that you do need to keep private as they're coming forward and as they're emerging, and not messing with the energy that is bringing. This is a powerful manifestation here, powerful something coming into reality here. It's going to change a lot of things, and I think you're just supposed to be keeping it on the down low for now. It's interesting because that message is coming out in several different forms lately. Keeping something on the down low, not on the down, I don't know, not talking about, there's a big change coming in for you, and something's manifesting and something's happening for you, and you're not talking about it, and you're not supposed to talk about it. I think it'll just dissipate the energy a little bit or invite criticism. So 9 of Voices here. This is fears, a lot of fears. Maybe that's also what you're keeping to yourself, your fears about what's manifesting, your fears about this big energy coming in. You might be having a lot of anxiety about it, a lot of fears, a lot of, yeah, I mean, it's like you're physically safe, but you're having a lot of fear about the situation. So that could also be something that you don't want to be communicating or manifesting or putting out in the world there. So, all right. So I rarely do clarifications because, yeah, I rarely do them. But that's what's clarifying the 6 of inspiration for us is there's just something big. It might even be too big to talk about, but you want to keep it private. There's something happening in your life, something moving, changing, happening. You have a lot of fears about it, but you still have to keep it private because it's just going to invite criticism, naysayers, jealousy, a lot of bullshit that you'll end up having to defend. This could also be, you know, just defending what you believe in, especially if this is a conversation you're having. You might have to be in a, well, this is what's coming for you, what the future holds. And I believe it's coming in as a warning that if you don't keep this private, you're going to have to get into a defensive mode and possibly even spend a lot of energy and time defending yourself, because you already have fears about the situation. Why subject them to other people naysaying? You have a lot of internal stuff going on about the situation, so there's not a lot. So you probably wouldn't want that being piled on externally as well. Whoa, topsy-turvy energy here. Whew, some wilding. Love makes all things possible. Love makes all things possible. Take your time, commit to your inner journey, and don't give up. The Divine Mother is always there. Success will be yours. So I see this with this magician here coming in here, yeah, taking your time. All right, Libra, I hope that that was helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great week.